Hello literature connoisseurs. Let's begin chapter 12 of Nicoiae. The chapter begins with Buck as he drives the junk bus and follows the map that Michael, the murderer, gave him. Tsion senses Buck is tired and offers to drive, and Buck has to remind him that he's a wanted man and if they are stopped they'll be arrested. The whole situation seems ridiculous that we are supposed to believe in a country that is largely secular, that a former rabbi becomes a Christian based upon faulty Bible hearsay. He promotes his beliefs on television and suddenly he becomes a target by everyone. His family gets killed and he gets accused because of Christian persecution complex the authors suffer from. Now he needs to escape the secular country that really would have no interest in him unless he suffered from Jerusalem syndrome. Jerusalem syndrome is a phenomenon where tourists and pilgrims visiting Jerusalem experience intense, religiously themed obsessions, delusions, or psychotic episodes, often believing they are biblical figures, leading to behaviors like spontaneous preaching or acts of purification, though it's not a recognized mental disorder, with many cases linked to underlying mental health issues and a buildup of religious fervor in the holy city. Symptoms range from mild anxiety, purity rituals to severe psychosis, public sermons, often requiring intervention, especially during high-traffic religious periods like Easter. For the sake of this work of fiction, he needs to hide and escape. Skipping ahead past more rehashing because they again are repeating themselves on events that keep getting mentioned over and over again. Tsion has to hide under some floorboards of the bus because one of the global community guards approaches them. We get more Christian hypocrisy here because the guard asks Buck his name and Buck lies by using an alias of his fake ID. The guard then asks if he's alone and Buck keeps ignoring the question. So why was lying about his name acceptable but he can't lie by telling the guard that he is by himself? The guard questions him and asks for his papers. The guard questions him and asks about a manhunt they are engaged in, for a Cameron Williams, which is Buck's real name. Buck plays dumb that he doesn't know the guy. Again, funny how easy it is to lie about everything, but he can't lie about being alone on the bus. The guard decides to search the bus for any contraband and Buck agrees when he learns that he has no choice in the matter. He tries thinking of ways to attack and disarm the guard but realizes how foolish that would be. After the search, Buck is released and he drives off. He can't find Tsion, but a short distance away he finds Tsion by the side of the road, and this gets attributed as being some sort of miracle that Buck was able to lie and act dumb and Tsion was able to slide under the bus from the floorboards and snuck away about half a mile without the lone guard seeing him. In the Christian mind this can only be explained by their imaginary friend doing it. However, something as mundane as this can easily be explained under a secular worldview. Tsion then wants to hear the adventures of the tribulation force and everything that has happened since the rapture. Lucky the text just says he told him everything that happened up until Bruce died. However, this won't last long because Buck thinks about how he gets the feeling his friend wants Tsion to replace Bruce. He gets stopped by another agent and we get a rehashing about how Cameron helped the murderer Tsion escape as they do a retcon. A piece of new information that imposes a different interpretation on previously described events, typically used to facilitate a dramatic plot shift or account for an inconsistency. So the chapter ends with the agent retelling about Cameron helping Tsion escape. So this ends chapter 12, see you next time for chapter 13.